What does all this mean? It's the pamphlet, sir.
Some people get up every morning and read the paper. Not me. I get up in the morning and read the sky, and the wind, and the tides. I have to. I'm a fishing guide, and it's my job to see that people catch fish. The only way you'll catch fish is to go where the fish are, and no two guides will ever entirely agree on that. You can learn a lot from the weather and the tide lines and the rips, which show where the currents run. The birds, Bonaparte gulls and merlets, give you the clues, and the temperatures have an effect. But in the end, you have to interpret all the information. I guess it comes down to an instinct. Maybe you could just say an educated guess. Sometimes people ask me how I came to choose this job. Well, you don't really choose it. The job chooses you. You have to enjoy the salmon and the outdoor life. I have no idea how many salmon I've caught or helped to catch, but the thrill is still there every time you get a salmon on. People from all walks of life come to Campbell River. Some are famous, but most are just plain folks. They come to catch salmon and relax. And it's a point of pride with us to see that they do. These salmon are smart and tough. They don't allow for mistakes. The gear has to be in good shape, and you have to know what you're doing. Before we start, I run through the essentials. How to let the line out, how to use the thumb on the reel, how the hook should hang from the plug. But none of this guarantees you a fish. It just helps to avoid losing them. The Chinook is the largest of the Pacific salmon species. And around Campbell River, a Chinook over 30 pounds is called a Tyee, a coast Indian word meaning chief or champion. And the Indians knew what they were talking about. If you catch a Tyee from a rowboat on light tackle with an artificial lure, you qualify for a very exclusive fraternity, the Tyee Club of British Columbia. Rowboats, light tackle, artificial lures with single hooks. I suppose that's doing it the hard way, but that's the sport of it. The Tyee is a brave, magnificent fish, and we want to give him a fair fight. The rules of the Tyee Club give him a lot of the edge, but that's just the way it should be. I enjoy fishing from rowboats. They're quiet and sort of natural. And with the oars, you can adjust your speed precisely. That's it. Fish on. When it hits, you set the hook firmly, but without force. Leave the violence to him. That's when that little lecture on the wharf pays off. When she's got him past the strike, she has to stay with him and wait him out. The length of the fight varies, but the average is about, a minute per pound. I've known skookum fish to slug it out for more than 2 hours. You must net a fish head first. Do it any other way and you can lose him. Nice fish. A very nice fish. This one could qualify for the Tyee Club. All fish entered for club recognition must be officially weighed in at the Tyee Club on shore, and the poundage and the fisherman's name recorded. A bronze button is awarded for a Tyee weighing 30 pounds or over. The button hierarchy goes all the way up to a ruby for a fish over 70 pounds. Well, that sounds like an awful lot of Tyee, but the record for sports tackle still stands at about 93 pounds. Every guide has his own special spot in the Tyee pool, a spot where he can usually count on catching a fish. It's no big secret, really. When you're out in the salt chuck every day, you learn to read the signs and gather experience. You get a feeling for where the fish will be at various stages of the tide. Finding them is most of the battle. If you're in the right place and your lures work well, the rest is up to the fish. Lures are important. And when you get one that works well, you guard it with your life. A large spoon with a single hook is considered the most sporting way to take Tyee, but I'm attached to my collection of old-fashioned plugs. Their style may be out of date, but the fish don't seem to know that. You can't relax when you're after Tyee. You have to concentrate on position. Watch the rod tip beating to the action of the lure. Hold the rod correctly and be ready to react. You have to work for your Tyee, but it's worth it. When you've caught your fish and got your button, what are you going to do with him? Well, you can have him canned at a sportsman's cannery. You can have him frozen and air expressed anywhere in North America. It's always good to come in from a successful day to bring your catch proudly ashore with the people watching. The old wharf cat makes a point of meeting the boats when they come in with their fish. And while the guests go back to their cabins to relax, the guides inevitably pick up their eternal argument. Should you set the hook? If so, how hard?
was a 52-pounder, and that little girl was Debbie Lee, 11 years old.
And that was your father normally that was
Yeah.
rowing her?
A couple of local people. Brian Taylor's fish, which was the first one that came in. The fellow who netted the fish and brought it into the boat was Brian Taylor.
And that one checked in at 42.5 pounds?
Yeah, I think. No, I'm not sure. I think maybe it was a 38 or something.
38?
I'm not really too sure on that one. But so we missed that first hit, but we were sitting right beside her when she had that first hit, and the rod was upside down, and the fish was running, and she was yelling, and it was just crazy. It was great to be out there.
Morning and some people get up every morning and read the paper.